Eastern Washington, there are rolling hills called the Horse Heavens. There are natural springs there, which feed Eller's Lake from a dam at the head of the lake. Concrete ditches 10 feet deep and 15 feet wide channel a regression down water for the farmers. What if these ditches next 5 miles down to wheat fields near Benton City? In November and December, the water stops and the concrete pipeline is empty. From Benton City, you will see the concrete ditch twisting down from the lake. Skateboarders in inline skaters at Durham Middle School and Benton High call it a snake. The guy to ride the snake on the choice of wheel all the way to the bottom. When you fall, they call it being beaten. For those who have actually wheeled the snake through a snake patch on their racket. Late Halloween night, 10-year-old Arjun Green was still awake. He lay in bed with no hope of getting sleep anytime soon. He had been out trick-or-treating earlier, but soon was hungry along the way. He got a lot of candy. He ate a lot of candy, but it wasn't the sugar was keeping him awake. Earlier that day, the gates on the aggression system had been closed. The snake was alive. Arjun lay there dreaming about the 12-foot-long, 2-foot-high iron rail that lay bottom in the area called Lizard Ditch. Then there was the snake itself. Only a handful of older teenagers had wheeled the snake without being beaten and earned the patch. Arjun wanted the patch in worse of ways. Last year, at this snake lizard ditch, he would look at the snake and dream about how he would ride it. Of course, he never did, but Arjun knew that he and his two best friends, Sam and Jesse, were going to do it. They were the best street skaters in the school. Even though it was late, they decided to call Sam and Jesse to tell them that his was the year. He reached for the phone just as his ring started. He answered, "Hello. Hey, it's Jessie. Look, I've been thinking," she said. "Let's do it." "Do what?" "The snake," she challenged. "You, Sam, and me." "Well, There was a knock at his bedroom door. Arjun said his dad from the hall. "Who's on the phone?" "It's Jessie." "Well, don't be too long. I won't." He paused for a second, as much let his dad get down from the hall to take in what was happening. It all of a sudden felt more real. "Sorry," he said. "Well," she asked, "you want to?" "This is so weird. I was calling you a Sam and to ask you the same thing." "Yeah, why not?" "Yes." "Hey," Arjun laughed as he hung up. "Don't forget the room." It was a tradition for the skaters on the first Saturday after the jam closed to sweep out the ditch. Arjun fell back on his pillow, his mind racing. He checked the clock, telling Sam he would have to wait until tomorrow. The next morning, Arjun boarded over to Sam's house with his room. Sam was still asleep, but his mom let him go down to his bedroom and get him up. Arjun smacked the fast bedroom with the broom. Sam woke up fast. "Hey, what the—" "Let's go." "Oh yeah, I forgot. We've got to sweep the ditch," and Arjun said, picking a miniature candy balls out of Sam. "Halloween bags on the floor. We're going to ride the snake." "No way," Sam said, as he quickly rolled out of bed. "Jesse and I are going to do it." "You want to?" Sam, realizing that Arjun was dead serious, muttered, "I want to. But what about Cliff?" Cliff was a senior at Benton High. He was a bully of all bullies. Last year, while Jesse and Arjun were goofing off at the rail on the lizard ditch, Cliff rode by. He did a poor backside 180 kickflip, flying right into Sam. Cliff was so mad he nearly threw a gasket. "Get out here," he snapped. "There's no place for kids. If I catch you here again, I'll be skating on your face." that he grew off. I had avoided Cliff ever since. As Sam put on sweatshirt, he continued. He's never going to get up to the top. Let's ride around. I've got an idea. Ocean laughed. What if you take Jody, Ben Glasser's little brother? My brother said Cliff's hoping to make the very soccer team this year. Ben's cotton Cliff is good, but he fouled too much last year. He can lose his temper with Jody around, or Ben won't give him another chance. Do we have to? Sam groaned. Jody's a rollerblader, not skateboarder. He could ride an unicycle for all I care. He's our ticket to the top, chuckled Arjun. Let's go. By the first time the boys got to the base, Jessie was already waiting with her broom in hand. Bad news, guys, she groaned. Remember last year? I was just saw our good friend Cliff. There's no way he's going to let us near the snake. No problem, Arjun smiled. Jody Glasner's going to get us up. If it had been cruel, Jody rolled on his skates. What's up, boarders? He said, startlingly as he wheeled by. Hey, Jody, Arjun shouted. Come here. What? Jody asked suspiciously as he turned back to a group of skateboarders. Well, Arjun said, if you're a good skater, right? I am the best. He snapped. Jessie and Sam rolled their eyes. There's no question as to whether you can ride the snake or not, Arjun asked. Anytime, Jody bragged. Well, Arjun continued, looking at the others. We're gonna do it today, and we want you to go with us. Meet us at back here within an hour. We'll go up together, unwilling to walk away from the challenge. Jody murmured, sure, I'll be here. He tried to mask his fear as he rode away. Without saying a word, the three began to sweep. When the path was clear, they ditched their brooms and skipped their rails to warm up. They were so intent on their practice that they didn't notice the long, enormous shadow stretching across the empty ditch. Sam was in the middle of a cliff when a large meter hand pushed him in chest, threw his balls and skidded down the concrete. If it had been for this elbow press, he had been really hurt. He looked up angry, ready to explode. Fear quickly replaced with anger. It was Cliff. Sorry, kid, Cliff sneered. Didn't see you. By now, Arjun and Jessie were kneeling beside Sam, looking at the bully. That is so chicken, Cliff, said Jessie. You are such a bully. Cliff could always dish it out, but he never been able to kick it. He dropped his board and started down the pipe. Just then Molly sat up. Hey, Cliff, he said. My brother is down at the base and wants to talk to you something about running drills. Huh? They're starting today? Cliff distracted without waiting for an answer. He grabbed his board and ran thundering down the hill. Man, that was lucky, Arjun sighed in relief. The brawler was really looking for him? No, laughed Jody. I made it up. Sam scrambled to his feet. Let's get up there while we have got the chance. The hike to the dam, the beginning of the snake, took them nearly an hour. At the top, 5 high school kids stood around, Alice spinning the wheels on the board. One of them was trying to stop the bleeding on a bad scrape of his arm. The group looked nervous, none of them ready to try the snake. Jody, Arjun, Jessie, and Sam all turned together and looked down. The ditch was steep and ran straight for about 100 yards before breaking into a hot right turn. Jody sat on the edge of the ditch and laced up his gaiters, buried in his own thoughts. The boarders didn't say anything. Jody took a deep breath. Okay, let's do it. Arjun stepped on his board and crouched a bit. As the wheels bit into the side of the ditch, he could hear the others following. The ditch was deeper than anything he had ever boarded. The others pulled up and stand behind him. "I don't know," said Arjun hastily. "This is really steep." From above, the tacklers came from high schoolers, those who had taken the challenge that they couldn't. Four of them might have changed their minds, but they have walked down. But Jessie removed that option. "Blow it out your ears," she yelled at them. Then she stepped on a board. Just like that, she was gone. "I'm with her," Jordy said and sped off. Together, they flew down the next section. They were moving so fast, the air seemed to be struck out of their lungs. They had ridden through the several of the early turns when Sam raced past Orchard and then tipped an edge. He spun erect, 360, and nearly again, almost beat it. Again they stopped. They were breathing hard, awfully frightened. If it was possible, the snake was even steeper in these sections. They climbed to the top of the ditch, only to be confronted by Cliff. Cliff didn't seem worried over Jordy C's temper. He looked as he was starting throwing punches. Arjun teetered on the edge of the ditch, drawing something rough liars. Cliff balled his fist. Arjun had two choices: get on his board and ride, or let Cliff crash him. There was really no choice. With wheels rolling, the four of them blasted down the hill. They flew into the final curve, through the crowd that gathered at the edge of the little ditch. The last 300 feet of concrete was all smoke and dust. They dug the edge and ground to stop. They stood in daze, trying to catch their breath. Up the hill, kids from the school were running towards them, whooping and shouting. The four looked at each other and laughed. There was really nothing to say. They had done what a few had done before. They had wheeled a snake, and not one of them had been beaten. Skateboarders and rollerbladers all over the country still talking about that ride. It's what legends made of. It what makes the wheeling the snake as cool as it is. A few have tried, and even fewer have earned the snake badge.
Good job. You got all the stars.